Welcome back. Whoa. Feedback. Hello, feedback. Okay. Welcome back, chat. All right. Let us continue. Okay, we left off right after finishing what I'm pretty sure is Route A. So this should be the start of Route B. All right, here we go.
Whenever I interacted with Kaine, I was reminded about something from my past. Maybe my mind has been confusing her with my sister this whole time. Anyway...
So we will see how quickly we can end up fighting some of these monsters. The big thing I want to check on is our flower garden today. Alright, Kaine's dream. Discrimination? The sound of rain filled the village. The steep cliffs have surrounded the area of magnified sound. Sorry, I couldn't read. The steep cliffs that surrounded the area magnified sound, causing even the slightest drizzle to rattle like a thunderstorm. Thin wisps of smoke streamed from huts as the villagers huddled in their homes and waited out the rain. A single child, however, had braved the downpour, was now wandering slowly towards the wooden hawk-shaped weather vane at the center of town. The wanderer reached the vane, which existed for as long as any could remember, and stared. The child's face was simultaneously delicate and fierce, like a teacup that has survived the shipwreck. Those traits combined with pale white skin to give the face an almost sexless quality. If the beak turns east, I go home. If it stays west, then The child blinked. Rain slowly dripped down the young one's short hair and began its long descent to the ground. Come on. Come on. The child felt a slight breeze and watched the veins slowly creak to life. Spinning this way and that for a moment, it finally settled with a beak pointing firmly towards the east. East. Really? Before the vein could move again, a jagged rock came spinning and tumbling through the air, striking home against the child's head. The force of the blow dropped the child to the ground as a hail of stones began to fall all around. Oh no, they found me. A heartbreaking smile crept across the child's face as the stones continued their assault. Through the rain, the sound of multiple footsteps grew louder before a voice rang out. Yo-ho, Kaine. The voice belonged to Demo, worst of all the bullies in the area. As Kaine struggled to stand, a final stone came skittering through the mud and bounced against her foot. Blood oozed from a cut above her eye and blurred her vision, but she could make out the shapes of Demo and his usual gang of idiots. The boy seemed taken aback for a moment by Kaine's seemingly indifference in the blood dripping from her face, but quickly regained his bravado. What's up, freak? You like the rain? You like getting all wet? Or did you finally decide to run away from home? Though she knew it was fertile, Kaine turned to leave. Before she could get more than a few steps, the other children scrambled to surround her, cruelty burning in their eyes. Kaine knew those were not the only eyes on her. The tormentor's parents watched from the safety of their homes. She was attuned to the sensation. It was one she had experienced many times before. While some villagers simply turned a blind eye to the actions of the children, many encouraged it openly. In a society ruled by superstition and fear, Kaine was something to be hated and, if possible, destroyed. I didn't say you could leave, freak. Demo's words chewed at her like a worm through an apple. He can't hurt me, she lied to herself. Be strong, be brave. He can't hurt me. He can't hurt me. He can't. Oh, look. The little freak is gonna cry. What's wrong? Are you sad that everyone hates and wants you dead? Kanye's prayed for the rain to flow. Prayed for the rain to flood down and carry her away from the world that seemed to have no place for her. But if there were gods, they chose to ignore her. As Demo crept ever closer, the clouds began to thin and the rain slowed. Even the weather hates me. I'm useless. A failure. I wish Demo's rock had taken my head off. Kaine couldn't meet Demo's luring gaze. She lowered her eyes and stared at the muddy ground below. The bully moved forward until he was inches away. She could smell the scent of old meat on his breath. The boy grabbed Kanye's face with his thick fingers and yanked it upwards. She tried to turn away, but he forced her gaze back and jammed his thumb against her eyelids to pry it open. Show me. No. Did you just say no? Demo grinned evilly. You don't say no to me. No one says no to me. Not even taking his attention from Kaine, he calls on his chorus. Come on, guys. Let's give the freak what she deserves. As soon as Demo finished, kicks and blows began to rain down upon Kaine. Demo paused, still grinning, as Kaine crawled into a ball and tried to make the pain stop. I don't get you, freak. What you acting like a girl for, huh? Everyone knows what you really are. Kaine ignored the question, choosing instead to stare at the weather vane. It continued to point east. It was supremely confident about the failure it had chosen for her. Go home. Yeah, that's a funny joke for someone with dead parents and no home to go to. Freak, chanted the children. Freak, freak, freak. Kaine closed her eyes and listened to the rain, waiting for the pain to start again. As the clutching hands of the village children closed around her, she bent her mind to the sound of the rain, letting it become her world entire. The rain fell, but the pain never came. Only when the laughter of her tormentors turned to terrified cries did she dare open a single blood-caked eye. Kaine was shocked to see Demo sprawled on the ground, holding his head and screaming in pain. She could see blood swelling from spaces between his fat, twisted fingers. Oh my god, he's crying. He's actually crying. Deprived of their leader, the other children glanced back and forth between themselves as if waiting for someone to step forward and take charge. When no saber emerged, they began an uneasy shuffle away from Kaine. And the young girl was the least of their concerns. Instead, their attention was wrapped on the ancient woman standing a few feet away. After struggling for breath for a moment, she finally spoke in a voice thick with rage. Hurts like a bitch, don't it? Now I suggest you scatter before I throw another one. And if any of you little bastards ever touch Kaine again, I'll do worse than throw a rock. You can count on it. The old woman crouched down and gently touched the hand Demo was using to cover the wound. Before he could think to protest, she ground her palm into the wound and twisted back and forth. Ow! He screamed, leaping to his feet. Stop it! What are you doing? Quit whining. Ain't no one ever died from a scratch. You hit me with a rock, you stupid bitch. A big one. That thing could have killed me. The old woman shrugged. Death is the best cure for stupid. Demo's face twitched with rage at her words, locking his eyes on Kaine. He took a step backward and spat on the ground. Get out. Leave this village. No one wants you here, either of you. Seeing the old woman grab another stone, Demo and his companions turned tail and ran. As they fled, the old woman grabbed her side and barked out a single laugh. Ha! Look at that fat boy row. Look at that fat boy go. Guess he's healthy enough to run from a fight. The woman's smile faded as she turned her attention to Kanya. Kneeling down, she moved her shawl and placed it around the young girl's shoulders, then produced a cloth in the folds of her dress and began blotting out the blood on her forehead. Oh, Kanya, she said, why didn't you fight back? You're stronger than that lot. The words of her grandmother stung, and she turned away. Don't be nice to me, she said. I don't deserve it. Nothing matters anymore. Her tears, held in check for so long, finally began to flow on the muddy ground below. Everyone hates me. They think I cause bad things to happen. They think I'm a freak. I wish I was dead. As Kanye's turned to sob, she felt her grandmother's hands on her shoulders. Despite her advanced age and diminutive size, she was a woman of surprising strength, and Kanye found herself unable to turn away. Don't talk like that, girl. It's a river wide and deep that flows between the realms of this world and the next, and it grants no mercy to any that attempt the crossing. You got a duty to fight until your last breath. Understand? The old woman tightened her grip and tried to still the tremor in her voice. You know the pain of losing someone close to you, Kanye. You know because you survived it. As the words hit home, Kanye was struck by the force of her love for the old woman. As a young child, she didn't even know of her grandmother, but when her parents died, the woman quickly accepted her as her own. Grandma, as Kanye called her, was cunning, vulgar, and quick to violence, and their first few years together had not been easy. With each year that passed, Kanye and her grandmother had grown closer. However, it was only now, sitting in the mud with tears and blood caking her face, that Kanye truly understood the depth of her infection. Here was a woman who had seen hard times, who had seen death, who had fought through all these things and somehow emerged on the other side. If anyone could understand Kanye's pain and loneliness, it was her. Do I make you sick, Grandma? Of course not. Don't be an ass. Kanye drew her grandmother's moth-eaten shawl around her body and shuddered. But my body, it's not normal. If I was normal, then Mom and Dad wouldn't. Hush! Interrupted Grandma. I'll not hear another word of this nonsense. You're my granddaughter, and I love you. And if folks have a problem with that, then they can just go to hell. With that, the old woman reached out and placed a wreath of dry flowers in Kanye's hair. The skill it took to bend the flowers without breaking the stems or losing a single petal was remarkable, and the beauty of it made Kanye want to cry all over again. Oh my gosh, are these lunar tears? Grandma, you made this for me? Lunar tears were legendary flowers. Most people could live their entire lives without ever seeing one, and yet the grandmother somehow collected a dozen or more. Kanye reached up and touched the wreath as if she couldn't believe it was real. Where did you find these? Just stumbled on them while I was out doing the shopping. The old woman turned away as she spoke, leading Kanye to suspect that the search had been more difficult than she was letting on. The pain she took to construct the ornament, let alone track down the flowers used in the construction, made Kanye's heart hurt. She reached up and gently adjusted the wreath, admiring the way it felt between her fingers. Didn't quite turn out right, said the grandmother as she squinted at it. These old hands have trouble with delicate work, but it sure looks good on a pretty girl like you. Kanye blushed and turned away. You think I'm pretty? Of course you are. What a fool thing to say. Thank you, Grandma. Her grandmother smiled. You're gonna be fine, you and me, she said. As long as we got each other, we'll be just fine. Connie took her grandmother's hand in hers, and the two of them struggled to their feet. As they began to walk home, Connie gripped the hand with all her might, as if trying to stop smoke from drifting away on the wind. The rain had stopped. Connie stopped beneath the weather vane, watching it spin in lazy circles, no longer caring about the direction it faced when it stopped. I don't need to escape. I have a home now. Grandma loves me, and that's enough. Even if it's us against the world. Connie let her gaze drift up past the vein into the cloudy sky. The last faint hints of a rainbow were slowly fading. As she turned, headed for home, the light scattered into a million particles and vanished, seemingly taken away on the breeze. Kanye's dream, daily life. In the distance, Kanye heard the steady sounds of an axe striking wood. The noise had a surprising quality to it, as if she was hearing a master woodsman go about his work. The firewood being produced, however, was as far from a work of art as could be. Pieces of every shape and size were being flung about a barren yard with wild abandon. Anyone trying to stack such wood would probably die of frustration before the job was through. Stupid piece of shit axe. Kanye's grandmother flailed away with the axe, filling the air with both splinters of wood and words that would make the most hardened sailor blush. "Grandma!" called Kanye. "Thank you, Kanye," yelled the old woman, taking her eyes off the wood for a moment. Don't get too close. I might take your goddamn foot off by mistake." And she brought the axe down on the piece of wood, sending chips flying in every direction. One spun past Kanye, close enough for her to hear the whistle, at which point she decided to step back. Yeah, probably a good idea. Once she scuttled to a safe distance, she cupped her hands around her mouth and shouted, "Grandma! Do you need help? I get the water, our lunch, our a new axe or something?" The axe, poised to strike another wobbly blow, paused in midair. The old woman considered her grandfather's offer for a moment, then smiled. "Tell you what, since I'm doing such a piss poor job at chopping, why don't you come over here and take over so I can go get the water? The shades have been restless lately, and I don't want you running into one of them bastards." Relinquishing the axe, the grandmother picked up a long pole with wooden buckets on either side. Gathering water was by far the most difficult of the two jobs, but Kanye knew better than to complain. Once Grandma's mind was set up, there was no changing it. Kanye did her best to help with the chores, but Grandma took every task that required travel to the village. Though she had a long list of plausible excuses, Kanye knew the real reason. She didn't want her granddaughter to be taunted and harassed by the villagers. Once Kanye moved in, Grandma decided to take up residence a good distance from the area. Out of sight, out of mind seemed to be the best policy when it comes to the villagers and her granddaughter, and rare were the days when any but the two of them could be found on the rocky acre of land they called home. Kanye enjoyed the solitude and harbored a secret resentment that her grandmother was forced to spend her golden years in such a place. After watching her grandmother leave, Kanye turned her attention to the task at hand. She had never chopped wood before in her life, and soon discovered why the old man hated the chore. Swing after swing of the axe produced only a tiny crack in the wood, and when she finally managed to connect with a solid stroke, the tool embedded itself in the log and refused to budge. Frustrated, Kanye swung the axe around her head and threw it, log and all, across the yard. Damn it, ah, crap! She suddenly understood the joy her mother felt in a good curse. Happier now, she picked up the axe, forced it from the wood, and resumed chopping. She had a natural skill with a blade, but the task was challenging, and the blisters soon began to form on her small pink hands. This is tough. And my logs are all weird sizes. Spitting on her palms, ignoring the pain, Connie redoubled her efforts. Such as she was developing a rhythm, Grandma returned from the village. Settling down her buckets with a small sigh, she took one look at the logs and coughed out a wheezy laugh. Pretty clumsy, girl. You better practice if you... Her grandma suddenly collapsed on her knees, causing one of the buckets to wobble precautiously. Eyes wide, Connie dropped the axe and ran to her grandmother's side. Grandma! The old woman shook her head and put a trembling finger at the bucket. Get the bucket. Can't let it spill. Connie steadied the bucket with a foot as she knelt by her grandmother. A small bit of water sloshed over the side and made a new home on the hem of her dress. But Connie didn't notice. Grandma, what's happening? Crazed with panic, she grabbed her grandmother by the shoulders and shook. After a moment, the woman lifted her arms and batted Connie away. Stop that. Just stop, she cried, breathing heavily. It ain't like I'm dying. Just tired from the trip is all. Connie just desperately wanted to believe her, but one look at her old grandma shaking hands and worn face told her more than words ever could. Her grandmother had lived a long, hard life, and it seemed the bill was finally coming due. The time when her grandmother watched over Connie was ending. Sooner than either of them had feared, the positions would be reversed. The next morning, Connie came to the side of her grandmother's bed and took her wrinkled hand. Grandma, you're sick. You need medicine. I'm going to the village. The old woman shook her head and tried to rise, but Connie gently pushed her down. It's all right, she said. I'll be fine. Her grandmother fixed her with a gaze that could melt steel. After which seemed an eternity, she finally lowered her eyes and sighed. Well, I don't like it, goddammit. But I guess I should quit being so stubborn and let you grow up. The old woman watched as Connie strapped on her boots and made her way down the road to the village. Hours later, an unseen sun made its way across the dark and rainy sky, and she was still watching. Connie moved at a brisk pace, checking her pockets every few minutes to make sure the money her grandmother gave her was still there. Every noise caused her to spin on her heels, making sure she wasn't being stalked by a shade, or worse, Timo and his gang. But she encountered neither tormentors nor shade, and Connie finally found herself in the entrance to the village. The few adults she could see glanced sideways at her, then muttered to each other behind raised hands before slinking away into the shadows. Her heart racing, Connie took a series of rapid, shallow breaths and tried to calm herself. I have to prove myself. I have to help Grandma. I have to be strong. She chanted those words to herself over and over as she slowly made her way. Finally, her eyes settled in a rotund older woman, who was angrily waving her arms in the sky and telling anyone who would listen exactly what she thought of Candy's presence. Hey, lady, said Connie with a bravado she did not feel. Where's the apothecary? The woman's flabby cheeks shook in bewildered anger. How dare this thing speak to me? She seemed to say, but Connie saw that her eyes held a different emotion. Fear. Yeah, we're both scared, lady. Trust me on this one. Which way? Connie repeated. The woman pointed at a small building on her right before hitching up her dress and stumbling off in the other direction. Connie cringed, expecting a stone to come flying from the assembled crowd, but none came. Her mind was filled with the strange sense of surprise as she made her way to the apothecary. But the new emotion had little time to take root, for as soon as she opened the door, she noticed a familiar customer at the counter. It was Demo. He had clearly been sent here on some kind of weird family errand, because his gang of followers was nowhere to be found. Some kind of family errand. I said weird family, my bad. Oh my god, he sputtered. I mean, what are you doing here, freak? The insult was delivered without force, and Connie happily ignored it. Stretching on tiptoes to see over the counter, she asked the shopkeeper for the medication. Ha! Barked Demo. That old bitch finally gonna keel over. Go to hell, Demo. The boy's eyes grew so wide they seemed ready to fall out his head. Before he could let Fly come back, or worse, a punch, the apothecary told him to knock it off before he kicked them out of the store. Demo slunk out of the shop, cursing Kaine under his breath. Once he was gone, she allowed herself to breathe once more, taking a brief tour of the shop where the owner prepared her medication. Countless tiny bottles filled the cramped store, each with a label written in some indecipherable language. An ocean of aromas assaulted her nose, getting a scent that was exotic, but not altogether unpleasant. Seeing such a variety of supplies gave Connie a sense of peace. Surely, in a world so vast, there would be a place that she could call home. On the far wall behind the counter rested a portrait of a stunning young girl. The picture had once contained bright, vibrant colors, but had worked its cruel magic. With time, had worked its cruel magic, and they were beginning to fade. The beauty of the work, however, remained undiminished. You like that picture? Connie turned to find the apothecary with a small vial of medicine in his hand. His eyes were gentle but sad, but they seemed to stare through her and did nothing as he spoke. That's my daughter. I sketched it when she was just a little girl. She's been dead a long time now. Connie didn't know how to respond. She just stared at the portrait and tried to come up with the right words. Pictures are wonderful things, continued the shopkeeper. They let the ones closest to you live on forever. He shook his head slightly, then looked down at Connie and smiled, handing her the medicine. He reached into his sizable green apron and produced a handful of old wax crayons. You should have these. There's no one left that I wish to draw. Connie took an instinctive step back, causing the shopper's face to darken. Yes, I've heard the rumors about you, he said. It's a small village, and word travels quickly. Between you and me, I'm not sure which of them to believe, but I also don't think they matter much. I know your grandmother, Callie, and I think the way she was driven out of this town is just deplorable. Your grandmother's name is Callie? Thought Kenny suddenly. She was still mulling this fact over in her mind as he reached out and gently took the crayons from the apothecary's hands. Your grandmother is an old friend of mine, he said to kindly scoot it away again, and I owe her much. I wager she would like it if you drew a picture of her. Yes, I think she would like that very much. Connie muttered a quiet agreement, but inside her heart was bursting. Never before had a villager treated her with anything but complete contempt. It was a tiny, almost imperceptible step, but it was a step nonetheless, and with enough tiny steps she might one day discover the rest of the world. When Connie returned home, she found her grandmother asleep in the bed. Her feet were blackened and raw, even bleeding a bit in places, leading Connie to think that she had been pacing around the room until exhaustion finally caught up with her. She placed the medicine by her grandmother's pillow and turned to leave, but found the old woman's hand clasped around her arm. Back already, are you? Asked her grandmother with a yawn. Come here. Let me have a look at you. Grandma sat up, examining Connie from head to toe. Finally satisfied that nothing terrible had befallen her granddaughter, she leaned back and allowed herself to relax. Well, how was it? Those bastards give you any trouble? It was kind of fun, said Connie with a small smile. No, seriously, it was. Fun, eh? Asked her grandmother in a voice which implied she believed anything but. So anytime you need me to run an errand, just let me know. As she spoke, Connie removed the crayons from her pockets. After a brief explanation of their source, she informed her grandmother that she was going to sketch her portrait. A portrait of me? Ridiculous. No one wants to stare at a wrinkled old crone. But Grandma, it'll make you live forever. Or shit, said her grandmother, throwing back the sheet from her bed. Living forever would just piss me off. Now put those crayons away and help with dinner. But Connie would not relent, and in the end, Grandma found herself leaning against the wall of their house as if posing for a master artist. Connie took up the crayons, eyed her subject carefully, and set to work. Just as the crayons was about to nod off, Connie finished the piece. After staring at it for a bit, she released it from her grip and let it slowly drift to the floor. It's terrible. It doesn't look like you at all. I'm sorry, Grandma. I thought these crayons would, make drawing easy or something. The old woman narrowed at her grandmother's disappointment, Let me be the judge of that, she said, ignoring the pain in her back and reaching for the paper. The sketch could have been a person's face. It also could have been a boulder, a lump of clay, or an incredibly misshapen loaf of bread, all rendered in a chaotic array of colors. The old woman stared at the picture for a long time, and then slowly wheezed out a laugh. "Oh, Kanye," she said between laughters, "you truly are my blood. You're as clumsy as me, and I love it. But, hush. I won't hear any more bull about how ugly you think it is. It came from the heart, and I'll treasure it always." True to her word, the old woman gave the picture a place of honor above the kitchen table. In the days that followed, Connie would catch her staring at the portrait with a strange smile on her face, an action she interpreted as silent, mocking laughter. A week later, Connie would stand it no longer and ask her grandmother to take the artwork down. "Posh," said the old woman. "I'll take this down when you roll me up in my shroud." She pondered this for a bit, then turned to Connie and dropped to one knee. "Listen to me, girl. Seeing this picture makes me happy in a way I've never felt before. And it makes me want to go on, so that someday you can feel the same happiness." It was a moment that burned itself in Connie's memory, a perfect blend of pride and love and joy that came together to form a lifelong resemblance. She swore to never forget this moment, to never forget the old woman who had made her place in the world possible. Time moves on. People and memory move in and out of life like ghosts passing through a hall. But this moment will be different, Kanye swore, because I will remember it forever. Forever. I gotta get a drink here. It's a lot of reading. Connie listened to the sound of crackling firewood and stared at the black object on her plate. She'd been pushing it around the wooden disc for a good 10 minutes, ignoring the bemused stare of her grandmother. Finally, she summoned her courage and gave the object a brief sniff. A sharp, bitter scent flew up her nostrils and made it its home here and there, causing her face to twist with disgust. "Grandma, I can't believe you want me to eat a bug." The old woman threw more wood under the cooking pot and snorted. "It's no bug, you little girl. You fool girl. It's a berry." "Why the hell would I be eating bugs?" "Why the hell would I be feeding you bugs?" "Yeah, well, it sure looks like a bug," said Kanye. "I think it's burnt or something because it smells terrible." With that, Kanye held up her nose and threw the berry in her mouth, chewing as little as possible. "Oh yeah, that's terrible. All right." "Why, you little brat," laughed the old lady. Look at the sass on you. You've been spending too much time with me, and that's a fact. 5 years have passed since the moment when Kanye's grandmother saved her from the bullies. As is often the way with two stubborn people, the relationship had grown in fits and starts, but moved forward all the same. Meals that used to be somber affairs were now filled with laughter and hurled abuse in equal measure. Kanye could not remember a time when she had been happier. As the years went by, Kanye started to shoulder more and more of the daily responsibilities. Her grandmother's legs grew weaker by the day, and she could no longer do many of the chores she used to take for granted. So this morning found Kanye lacing up her work boots with a breakfast of burned berry rolling through her belly. "Where are you going today?" asked Grandma suddenly. Kanye looked up, surprised. The old woman rarely asked for specifics anymore. "Well, I was going to go check on the elm trees and see if they were ripe. I thought we could make some jam or something. Oh, and I'm going to pick up some flagstones, so I need to take the wheelbarrow." "Flagstones? What in the hell for?" Connie stared at her grandmother, then held out an arm and swept it around their home. Constructed of mostly cloth, rope, and rubber, the old place sagged like a boxer in the final round. "Grandma, a dying cat could claw through this house. I'm going to build a stone wall so we have some protection." The old woman laughed, exposing her toothless grin to the world. God damn it, girl. If a bunch of thieves want to ransack this old place, let them come. We got nothing worth stealing anyway. I'm not worried about thieves. I'm worried about shades. People saw one west of the village yesterday. The old woman tilted her head and stared at her granddaughter. Well, shoot. I don't know why you have to do it today. We can worry about it some other... Grandma, no. If I don't go to the kiln trees, we won't... If I don't go to the kilma trees, we won't eat tonight. You know that. A confused expression passed through the old woman's face, and for a moment she saw a small child lost at a carnival. She was a small child lost at a carnival. Yes, she said after a bit. Yes, of course you're right. I'm sorry, Kanye. Lately it seems my mind is... She didn't finish the thought, instead walking over to her nightstand and gently taking the wreath of lunar tears from the drawer. The flower's petals had aged a brilliant whiteness, and Kanye thought it was more beautiful now than the day she had received it. You're going to be a true woman soon, Grandma said as she placed the flowers in the girl's hair. So this means less chatter about shades and building defensive walls, and more about how beautiful you've become. Annoyed, Connie reached up to remove the garland, but the look on her grandmother's face stopped her hand. You're a beautiful thing, said the old woman, and there ain't another like you in all the world. I'm very proud of you. Okay, Grandma, that's enough goddamn compliments for one day. Such a mouth on you. Where did that come from? Gee, I wonder. I'll teach you to sass me, girl, yelled Grandma. Suddenly she lurched further than Grandma by the ears, pulling her around the room with a crazed grin on her face. Grandma! Yelled Kenny in a quaking voice. Grandma, stop it! What the hell? The old woman stared at her and blinked, and slowly held her wrinkled hand out as if she was the first time she'd ever seen them. Oh, I don't know what happened there. I'm sorry, girl. Sometimes my mind just... Kenny thought the look on her grandmother's face was the most heartbreaking thing she'd ever seen. Listen, she said, maybe I should stay home after all. No, I don't want to stay here to keep an eye on... I don't want you to stay here to keep an eye on an old codger like me. You go get your fruit, your ball, and whatnot. I'll be fine. And when you come back, I'll have a nice grasshopper dinner waiting for you. Connie rolled her eyes and kissed her grandmother on the forehead and made ready to depart, trying desperately to ignore the worry that was gnawing at the walls of her heart. Connie could feel the old woman's eyes watching her as she moved down the path. Don't turn around. Don't turn around, she told herself, but in the end, the temptation was too great. She spun on her heel for one final look and saw a small, bent woman standing in front of a ramshacked hut with a sad expression on her face. Gods, she looked so old now. It's like the wind could reach down and just carry her away. Connie worried about her grandmother all day, causing her work to suffer. What little fruit she could collect was tossed carelessly into the wheelbarrow, and she only found a couple of stones before losing interest in the project. Finally, as dusk approached, she decided to call it a day. Cursing herself for the lack of focus, Connie pushed the nearly empty wheelbarrow back down the path. As she crested the final hill, she suddenly froze in place. The wheelbarrow fell from her fingers and clasped on its side, sending a few pieces of wrinkled brown fruit rolling down the hill. Her gaze was transfixed by a thick black cloud that hovered just ahead. Tracing its path with a finger, Connie suddenly felt her stomach not in on itself. Oh, no. Oh, gods, no. Her grandmother's house was ablaze, the flames looking up as if it were trying to touch the sky itself. Grandma! Grandma! Connie ran then, faster than she ever moved in her life. Once she tripped on a stone and went sprawling to the rocky ground, but she leapt to her feet and continued running, unmindful of the blood that spilled from her wounded hands and knees. As she got closer and closer, Connie's mind began to race in time with her footfalls. It's too dark, It's too dark, not just fire. Can't be fire, too much smoke. Gotta save her, gotta save her. She burst into the front yard and came to a sudden halt. Her worst suspicions confirmed. The smoke from the fire was mingling with the thick, inky blackness of an enormous shade. The massive creature supported itself on 3 twisted feet. In it she balanced through means of a large, armored tail. Scales, horns, and claws sprouted from its body in a random, chaotic pattern, giving it the appearance of a lizard designed by some insane god. Seeing Kaine, it let out a roar and flickered its tail, sending small whirlwinds spinning around the yard. For a moment, the creature retreated into a shimmering, inky blackness, as if her mind was unable to comprehend that such a thing could actually exist. Within, the smell hit her, a blend of rotted meat and excrement. The horror became real once more. The creature bellowed again, and this time Kaine responded with a scream of her own. "All right, you bastard!" as she thought as her scream echoed off the high cliffs around them. "It's you or me. Let's go!" The shade eyed Kaine with was amused interest. Then it began looking from her to the house and back again, as if urging her to look at the destruction it has so gleefully wrought. With dread building in her, Kaine glanced toward the house. Through the smoke and flames, she spotted a small figure struggling to escape the ruins. "Grandma!" At the sound of her voice, the old woman began waving frantically. "She's alive," thought Kaine. "Alive!" Kaine's legs sprang to life as she raced towards the yard, towards the flaming wreckage of the house. Before she could advance more than a few steps, the shade opens its mouth and let out a roar powerful enough to uproot trees and send them flying. The blast sent Kaine tumbling through the air before smashing her against the rocky earth. Stars danced in front of her eyes as she tried to remember how her legs worked. Get up. Get up. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up now! As Kaine struggled to her feet, the shades stomped towards the house and pinned her grandmother to the ground with the tip of a claw. The old woman struggled to move the claw from her stomach, but she might as well have been pushing a mountain. She coughed briefly, sending a small splat of blood into the air, and then collapsed on the ground, her energy spent. Kaine lurched to her feet, only to fall back to earth with a grasp. Her ankles were on fire. One or both of them were sorely broken. Ignoring the pain that screamed through her body, she began dragging herself across the ground, leaving a drunken trail of dust and blood in her wake. "Grandma, hold on. Just a little longer." Her grandmother's face was turning blue. Her eyes rolled back until only the whites were exposed. Kaine pulled herself across the ground with maddening slowness. The distance seemed to increase with every second that passed. The shade glanced between the two women and flickered out his tongue, his giant's mouth turning up the corners. Short, panting breaths belched from somewhere deep inside its core. "Bastard, laughing at us." She had no idea such a mindless creature could experience emotion, but there could be no doubt the shade was taking joy in their suffering. "Yeah, I see your plan." The shade moved its claws slightly, allowing Grandma to breathe again. It was clearly keeping her alive, only to snuff out her life when Kaine was close enough to touch her. "I'm gonna kill this bastard." Summoning all her strength, Kaine rose to her feet. There was a sickening snap from her right ankle as the foot twisted backward. But she forced it from her mind and began to hobble towards the monster. Pulling a small knife from the pouch of her waist, she leapt on the foot that pinned her grandmother and plunged the weapon deep. "Give her back!" she screamed. "Give her back to me!" It was like stabbing a rock. After a few swipes, the knife broke at the hilt with a dull snap. The shade panted laughter again, then raised its tail and sent it rushing through the air towards the young girl that had lashed onto its foot. Kaine never stood a chance. The tail struck her square in her chest and sent her crashing onto the burning wreckage of the home. As she lay on the ground with blood pouring from multiple wounds, a small, weak voice spoke to her up. "Kaine." Kaine's vision blurred. Where she forced herself to focus on the sound. And finally, her eyes cleared enough for her to make out her grandmother's hands reaching out to her through the smoke. Grandma, Connie, you gotta run. You can't miss this one. Connie grabbed the hands and held on with all of her strength. Grandma, come on, we have to go. The old woman coughed loudly. One of her hands, stuck with blood, slipped through Connie's grasp and thumped to the ground below. Grandma, no, no! I said run, goddammit. You have to. You have to live. You have to get through. The thought would stay forever unfinished. Before she could say another word, the shaded clawed foot descended, smashing through the remains of the roof and down toward the shattered figure of the old woman. Blood oozed from the gaps of the creature's toes as the terrible, putrid smell assaulted Kanye's nose once again. She stared at the foot, dumbfounded, convinced that she was seeing what she was seeing could not be possible. When the creature finally lifted its appendage, all that remained beneath was a twisted, unrecognizable mass of rubble and red. Gone. Kanye blinked, trying to feel the hands which had been hers just a moment before. For a fleeting instant, she could remember the warmth of the embrace, the trembling of the fingers, but then a sensation drifted away on the breeze and was gone. Memories flashed through Kanye's mind, one after another, faster and faster, until they became a meaningless jangle of noise. Kanye screamed then, a tremendous sound that etched off the cliffs and seemed to roll away forever. The shade eased forward, black ichor pouring out of his mouth, dissolving into smoke on the ground below. The earth shook with each step as it crept towards its prey. Kanye's body slowly rose as if controlled by a mad puppet master. Her arms and legs were bent at impossible angles. Her head rolled dangerously to the side. Yet somehow she managed to stand. Staring at the shade, her eyes began to glow with a deep red fire. The creature, so confident just moments before, took a slow, hesitant step backwards, trying to discern if this broken human could possibly pose a threat. Kanye seized the moment, laughing like a mad woman. She leapt into the urge and plunged the shattered hilt of her knife deep into the leg of the shade. The shade took Kanye like a fly. Shook Kanye off like a fly, sending her crashing to the earth once again. Her chest rose and fell as if the great weight were resting on it. Moist sounds of pain echoed through her mind. Something warm and thick oozed from her ears. Is that blood? I think it is. I think I'm bleeding to death. No, can't die. Grandma told me to live. Deep inside Kanye's mind, something finally broke. The sound, the pain, the smoke, and the flames, all of it faded away until all that remained was a slight incantation repeated over and over again. Kill it. 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 Kill it now! As the spark that was Kanye slowly began to flicker and die, she felt her desire to kill and her desire to live blend into one. The distance between the heartbeats grew longer and longer and longer.
The beast approaches. Oh, I know.
Alright, let's kill it. Kill it with love.
How did it even survive these past 5 years?
I'm not gonna let that happen again. It dies today.
I saw it. It's not the blood. User, strike. it down.
I almost forgot to hit it there. Choke it. Choke it to death. That's right. Die. Gently, weakly, softly. Sure that Stormwind was dead, turned and stomped off towards the horizon. Something like to bellow one final roar. Sorry, 1 second. Is the game pausing in a weird way? I cannot tell. Give me 1 second. When I'm looking at it on my display, it looks like the game is not badly buffering. I'm not sure if that's me or if it's YouTube. Yeah, the video is like massively behind where I'm actually at. Okay, 1 second. I'm going to pause for a second. Okay, we'll see if we can be able to continue the game. Alright. Shane, beyond imagining, Kane tried to turn her head to the side and only succeeded in coughing up an urge of blood. It was getting difficult to see, and only after a few moments of fierce concentrations, she did realize that her left eye was gone. Oh, she only has one eye. Okay. Laughing to herself, she turned her remaining eye to the ruins of her home and noticed a ragged stump of arm resting a few feet away. Yeah, that's mine, she thought in a mad giggle. This is gonna make clapping this is gonna make clapping a real bitch. Ha! Cried a sudden voice in the depths of her mind. Finally gonna die, are we? Well, you had it coming. Go to hell, Demo, she thought at the unseen assailant. Go to hell before I pluck out your eye. Before your eyes and made them into a dog. Feed them to a dog. The voice of her childhood terror evaporated into smoke. only replaced by another, more recent voice. Hold still, said the apocalypse, materializing from the ruins like a ghost. I want to draw you. That way you can live forever. No. Stop. Don't want to live forever. Want to die right here. I see, said quietly. Well, if that's what you want. The spectral shopkeeper fluttered in and out of existence for a moment, then produced a piece of paper and sketched quickly. After a few seconds, he turned the page to Kanye and smiled. Since you rejected my offer, I decided to draw someone else. It was a picture of her grandmother, real as life. Kanye opened her mouth to thank the man, but stopped as the picture began to blacken in the middle. Before she could say anything, dozens of multi-laid insects began to swarm across the image, tearing it with sharpened pincers. Stop it. No. Don't hurt that picture. Kanye reached out with her remaining arm and waved feebly into the air. To her surprise, the insects fell off the picture and to the ground before they vanished into tiny black tendrils of smoke. Relieved, Kanye turned her good eye back to the picture, only to open her mouth in a silent scream. The sketch now showed her grandmother as she truly was, a smashed, unrecognizable lump of nothing. The apocalypse smiled, then broke into a jolly dance. See that? He cried as he danced his jig. It's perfect now. She looks just like you. Ha-cha-cha-cha-cha. I look like that? Oh God, I'm gonna die. I'm going to die. Drowning in despair, Kanye laid her head back in the mud and smoke of a ruined house and waited for the end to come. But just before she let everything go, an unfamiliar voice began whispering in her ear. Ain't you got a wish, sunshine? The voice was vulgar and fierce at the same time, as if insanity had somehow found a way to take form. Kanye's wanted to scream as the voice crawled under her skin, but her lungs refused to work. You know, a wish. Like a prayer or something. Why don't you get on your knees and start praying to heaven? Please, invisible man in the sky, save me. Save me. Kanye finally resorted to shouting at the voice with her mind. I don't make wishes. They don't come true for me. I'm a curse, a freak. I should be left to die. The other voice boomed in her ears. Oh God, you are the best. Kanye glanced down and saw a black, shiny substance oozing from her legs. She tried to brush it away, but her remaining arm would no longer respond. The substance slowly crept around her feet and then began moving upwards the rest of her body. Is this death? Is this what it's like? Or is my mind just losing itself? She would feel the slime oozing upwards, feel the hot, searing pain it left in its wake. Whatever else might be happening, she was still alive, and this was real. Come on, said the voice. Let it go. Kanye tried to ignore the voice and concentrate on the pain, but the newcomer wouldn't have none of it. Don't ignore me, sunshine. You're ready to give up, ready to die. So why not let me have it? Have what? Your body. Come on. Give it to me. Give it to me. I want to stand on the ground, feel the rain, taste the wind. The voice paused as if licking its lips. Then it resumed. It was filled with mad, unbated joy. I don't want to take your hands and use them to choke the goddamn life out of people. I want to tear out their throats and bathe in the blood just like before. In response, Kanye shifted her head and vomited. The warmth of it crept down her throat and mingled with the pain of the uncroaching black ooze. Are you shade? Yeah, maybe. What of it? The slime reached her face, crept up past her nose, and slowly oozed into the socket of her missing eye. The moment it touched her brain, Cunningham was struck by the most powerful sensation she ever felt in her life. It was ecstasy. She wanted to scream with delight, but all she could manage was a small, whispered moan. It feels good, don't it? Asked the voice of the cackle. Yeah, what can I say? I know how to please the ladies. Now give me that body. Come on, give me the body. I'll give you more of this feeling. It's a fair trade. A black lump began to protrude from Kanye's side. As she watched, it grew longer and thicker, eventually taking the form of a missing arm. I can see better, she thought. My eye must be growing back too. The slime reached up to envelop the rest of her face, but she managed to brush it away. Stop, she whispered, marveling as how she regained her voice. Stop! The black goose hesitated. I was considering this request, then quickly shimmered down her body before disappearing into a cloud of smoke. Oh, what the hell, sunshine? Screamed the voice. We had a deal. I thought you wanted to die. Grandma said, can't die yet. A brief image of her grandmother, bloodied and broken, flashed before her eyes. She saw the shade that had killed her and heard its mocking laughter, then closed her eyes and forced the image from her mind. Her whole body was quaking with rage. When she opened her eyes again, they burned bright red. That thing took my grandmother. I have to kill it before I die. Connie glanced down and saw a mysterious pattern. The pattern of the shades burned itself into her left arm. Well, I'll be damned, said the voice cheerfully. Look at that, sunshine. I think you and me are gonna be good friends now. Connie stared intently at her arm. The more emotional she felt, the more the letters seemed ready to puncture her skin and begin affecting the rest of her body. The arm clearly had a will of its own. Stop. Gotta stop. Holding her left arm in her right, Connie took a deep breath and tried to calm herself. Come on, don't fight it, pleaded the voice. Hate's my favorite dish, and I'm hungry. Let it go. Feel the anger. Burn with the fire of revenge. Thirst for blood. Then go out there and... Shut up, and get the hell out of my body. Your body? Oh, that's rich, sunshine. Real rich. Look, why don't you just up and die so I can have this body all to myself? What do you say? I bet those buddies of yours in the Eyrie would love to see you dead. Connie grabbed a nearby shot of grass and tried to saw off the shade-infected portion of her side. Before she could, her darkened left arm grabbed her right wrist, crushing it. Connie screamed and dropped the shard at the sound of the bone crunching on bone. The bone crunching on bone filled the air. Stupid idiot girl. You're possessed now, sunshine. And there ain't no going back. The voice laughed again, a loud, long wail that seemed to go on without end. Possessed? Whispered Kanye. Yeah, possessed. You and me. We got what you might call a timeshare agreement. Remember how folks used to think you were a freak? Well, wait till they get a load of you now. Connie looked up, tears in her eyes. The sky seemed smaller somehow. Darker. Is this because of that shade? Is this how they see the world? So, listen, heard the voice. I know this whole possession thing seems a bit sudden, but it ain't all bad. There's plenty of it for you too. I'm a very powerful creature, sunshine, and now that power belongs to you. You got enemies? People you want to kill? I can make that happen. That little fat boy who kept picking on you? That big old shade that squashed your granny? We'll wrap them up in their own assholes. No more abuse for you, sunshine. No more pain. Wait, said Kanye. You're a shade. Why would you help me kill another shade? What? You think I'm some kind of racist? Some killing snob? I don't give a goddamn who you murder, hot pants. I just want to drink from the well. Kane considered this as she circled to her feet, the power of the shade coursing through her. The smoke from her house were drifting away with the wind, and she enjoyed the way the cool evening breeze felt on her new left arm. After a long pause, the voice spoke up again. So, how about it? You and me. We could have some good times together. Look, I'll even take care of the bloody part if you don't want. Fuck off, asshole, muttered Kane. I'll handle the killing. Screamed the voice. Look at you go. Oh, sunshine. We're gonna have so much fun. So listen, my name's Tyron, and if you ever need me, I'll just be hanging out in this piece of meat you call a heart. Now, get to it. The more you kill, the more your heart turns rotten and sour. And I like rotten and sour. Kane found herself nodding at the voice. Yeah, she said. Yeah, I think this can work. I'm gonna find that shade. I'm gonna strangle it with its own guts. And when it's done, I'm gonna do the same to you, Tyron. Count on it. Laughed Tyron. I've shit bigger than you, so good luck with that. Oh, and hey, one more thing. Right now, you and me are sharing this body. But if you ever run out of hate, if you ever, go soft, then I'm gonna take over everything. So keep on killing, sunshine, and watch your back. The voice grew fainter and gradually faded away, fading to somewhere deep inside Kane herself. Kane waited until she was sure the voice was gone, and waved her new left arm around a few times. It feels perfectly normal, she thought. It feels like mine. Desperately, she began poking and prodding at the new limb, determined to find something wrong with it. She didn't want it to feel normal. That would mean the creature inside her had already won. I am not a shade. I am Kanye. Repeating this mantra to herself, she slowly began digging through the rubble of her house, being careful to ignore a certain red-stained spot in the corner. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity of heartbreaking work, she found what she was looking for. It was a wreath of lunar tears. Though it had been through hell and back, the garland's petals were as bright as ever. Kanye started to place it in her hair, then suddenly lowered the wreath, stared at it. I'm sorry, Grandma. I'm so sorry. But I don't deserve to wear this anymore. I'm possessed, corrupted, a freak. And this time, I don't think there's any going back. Holding the flowers in her heart, Kanye fell to the ground and sobbed. As the night gradually lightened to dawn and the people of the areas arose to their daily lives, she remained in that position. So if tears could somehow wash away the horror that now infected her world.
Alive! Stay alive! Stay alive! Grandma. Kaine, you gotta live! You gotta come back to us!
Thank you.
Kaine waking from her long petrified sleep. Emil's unflagging kindness. Our reunion was a happy one, and we let it wash over us like rain. That is, until Devila and Popola had to go and ruin it all.
Yeah, they always ruin everything.
Are you kidding me? You can't be serious.
Please try to understand. People are tired and scared, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry you have to bear the brunt of that.
This is crap, and you know it.
It's okay. We can sleep outside.
No one's sleeping outside. You and Kaine saved this village, and now they want to run you out?
People are afraid of us. And really, I understand. I mean, look at me. As long as you're still with us, I can deal with it. Right, Kaine?
I'm used to sleeping outside.
But...
We'll see you later.
Sorry about this.
What is the matter?
Kaine always sleeps outside. I never thought about that until just now. Never even occurred to me. Damn it.
We should turn in.
I didn't get much sleep that night. For the first time in my life, I hated Devila. For the first time in my life, I doubted Popola. But those feelings are pointless in the end. They said and did what they did for the sake of the village. To protect it from the horror of the Shades. Really, how can I blame Devila and Popola? In the end, I'm just as bad. Because I never once stopped to think about Kaine and Emil's situation myself. I should apologize to Kaine and Emil, but what good would that even do?
I got a fire going.
Wait, is that...
Campfires are... I'm so happy to get to talk to you again, Kaine.
Yeah, me too.
I tried everything I could think of to save you, you know. I polished you with a special cloth. I poured warm water over you.
Oh, Mel.
Wait, you poured water on me?
Yeah, but it didn't really do much except make you all shiny.
Hey, Emil. Thanks for saving me.
I guess you noticed how I look different now.
I'm sorry, Emil. I'm sorry for all of it.
Well, I mean, this new form isn't all bad, you know? At least I can look at you when we talk, right? Hey, so why don't you tell me something about yourself?
I'm not very interesting. Sorry.
Come on, I just want to know you better. Please?
Fine. This all happened when I was a kid, before the whole shade possession thing. My body is different. And when the villagers found out about it, they started treating me like a freak. But one person, my grandmother, accepted me just as I was. No matter how bad things got, she gave me the strength to keep going.
She's really special to you, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, hey! That gives me an idea. Since we cured your petrification, we should start looking for a way to cure your possession in my body. I know we can do it if we all work together. Heck, it'll probably be super easy.
Let me guess. More warm water?
Okay, can we just forget I told you about that?
Never. Is this game ever gonna let me save?
Sleep well?
Sure.
And yet your red eyes tell a different tale. Don't be so hard on yourself, lad.
I need to go see Devila and Popola.
Very well.
Oh my god, that took forever.
What might that be?
It's Mom's diary.
I have not heard you speak much about your mother.
She got the Black Scrawl and died when I was little.
My apologies for bringing it up.
It's all right. I can barely remember her face anymore. This is the only thing I have left of her. Reading it helps remind me of when we were still a family.
I see.
But the final entries get a little strange.
In what way?
Well, here, take a look.
Oh, that was interesting. It force saved the game right there.
Say there. Can you not hear me?
Hey, it's Daddy NieR.
Why are you standing about like a slack-jawed ninny?
Sorry. Felt like I was dreaming or something.
Sleeping on one's feet is quite the talent indeed. Come now, there's the door.
Right. Let's go.
Alright, proceed upon this point. You'll be able to save until the battle is over. Do you want to go through the door? Alright, let's, I have no idea what's going on. NieR and Wisely are always together. This is the world of recycled vessels created to avoid destruction of all. I have no idea where we're supposed to go. I'm just running. I heard that there was a couple like dungeons type of things that you can do in this game. Let's change that one out to, yeah. This is definitely different. Okay, so where am I supposed to do? Go up? Oh! Okay, let's go up. I like the music that's going on here. Okay, where is that boss at? It's definitely trying to attack me. Huh, okay, where is it? Oh, oh, okay. I could have finished that so much quicker, but I didn't realize it was down here. Soldiers of Salt calling forth white death. They are legion, those who plunge the world into darkness. Hold on. I want to change my abilities. Let's get rid of Whirlwind. Phantasm. This is an interesting set of fights. Obtain the one-handed sword Fool's Embrace. The dragon's corpse brought death to the world, diverging into the power of magic. Oops. The black signet stains the future. This journey, the journey to the small bell, soulless journeys. Oh. Okay. Oh, come on. Ah. Oh, come on. This is the one thing I'm worst at is this type of platformers. That's why I don't do these type of platformers. Oh my gosh. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Oh. If you haven't heard me say it before, I hate these type of platformers. It's not that they're bad games, it's just that my coordination is not very good. Why is that? I'm gonna go through so many healing potions here. Oh, come on! Really? Yes. I was all for the other areas. Those were fucking fun. This one. Ooh, I got a new outfit. And 1,000 experience points. Can I go back? I want to go back and be able to... I want to check out my plants. Can I just check out my plants? Yes. I'd like to leave the area. Okay, I think this must be some like endless dungeon type of thing. Or procedurally generated endless dungeon.
My word.
That does the one type of platforming thing I suck
Something
the
wrong.
most at.
I feel as if I've just awoken from a most unpleasant dream.
I know what you mean. That happens to me whenever I read it.
GTFO, get out of there. Ugh, finally. Okay. I don't think I got a single pink flower. Let's save first. Alright. Wait, do I have to go back and get those quests new again? Okay. Oh, that sucks. Okay. Come on. Okay, what is the one? It's gonna suck. Oh, for those quests? I think I gotta go back and pick them back up. That's what I think I'm gonna have to do. Which is fine. I know where they're at. I'm more annoyed about this right here, not getting any of the color I need. Nope, didn't get a single one of the colors that I need. Okay.
Hey,
Oh, hi. sorry. I kind of thought you'd never talk to us.
I understand you're doing this for the village.
Pretty much, yeah. But look,
I'm headed there next. Oh, and Devila,
yeah?
sorry about yesterday.
You don't need to apologize. Let Emil and Kaine know that we're sorry, alright?
All right.
Okay, so let's look at our quest log. I'm at 94%. So there's not a lot of quests out there that I don't have.
Oh, it's you, eh?
Alright, do I have the ability to fast travel between them yet? Different villages? No. Okay, let's go talk to Pepela
Why am I the only one?
so we can move that forward. The reason I don't want to go back is because that was actually quite a bit of fights in there that I had to do. And once the ability to get around between the villages back again, it's not really that much to go back and get them.
Popola?
Oh,
Look, I want to apologize for
stop. You didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, but neither did you're just trying to protect the village.
It's very kind of you to say so.
Ahem. I believe
Oh, you know about the lost
the temple where I...
That's it.
Oh, it was right under a...
But the bridge that leads the...
So take a boat.
A boat?
Yes, the canal's finally been repaired. It took a lot longer than expected, what with the shades and all. I also asked them to provide a boat at the path to the Lost Shrine's back entrance. The ferryman will let you use it free of charge. That should make it easier for you to move from town to town.
Thanks, Popola. I feel like you've done so much for me. I'm really grateful. All right, I'll see you around.
And for the love of every...
Okay. If they're using standard video game logic, then that should have spawned those two quests for me.
What is the purpose of...
Beats me.
Okay. Let's gotta remember where I picked them out. So the pink one, the pink flower one, we know where that quest is at. It's just that quest is gonna aggravate me
The
the
path
most.
above the entrance to the shopping district should lead to the boat land.
How excellent to know the canal is finished. Hopefully this puts our days of running all over behind us.
No, it's gonna make it
Faster
even
we
more
can
running.
move, the faster we can save Yona. Let's use it as often as we need.
Devil to move from there? Okay. Oh yeah, we're gonna try to move through this as quickly as we can now. So, are there any new boss fights? I guess that's kind of the question right now. If there's no new boss fights, then I might put
Which
this
job
down.
should I give you first?
Alright, let's go the damaged
Want
map.
to help out the village blacksmith? I wrote down the client's location on your...
Not this ending? Okay.
If only our harvests weren't so poorly. Hey, you.
A treasure map?
Yeah, a treasure map. You know, I'm
That's
So that...
sure. I guess one old.
Okay. Alright. Let's see Devil again.
Which job should I give you first? A facade resident is looking for help. I wrote down the client.
Okay. So one of the other quests that I didn't get done. Okay, let's look at this quest here. Okay, the damage map. Let's go to the library because then we gotta go to facade. Trying to think of what the two things were that we were doing in there this last time. All right. No. All right, I think it's on the second floor. I really think it was this way. There we go.
As a fellow tome,
Calmed? Let's stay.
is it?
Yeah.
I would.
Worth it.
All right, we'll fast travel to the desert. Go to facade so we can go see, which is probably gonna make us go over to the two brothers. Because that would make the most sense. That would make the most sense to send us there.
Hey!
That red bag.
Hey.
Sure have. Apparently I did a pretty good...
Oh, yeah.
Thanks. Anyway.
Okay, they're both there. How about that? Where it only showed the males. Be like, where the hell is the other? Where's she at? Da-da-da-da. Nice. Okay, pick up this quest.
Sure. If I can. Hey,
打ち草さ
and what would.
しさやら監査と
Alright, machine oil, eggplants, and goat hides. Okay.
旧土しさやら
Machine oil. Okay, so I definitely got to go to the two brothers. Okay. I know the eggplant is something I can buy. Machine oil I can only get from the two brothers area, so we're gonna have to go do some grinding there.
It's hard to believe there are plants that can grow in this desert.
Yeah, this'll never work.
How do you mean?
I mean, if plants could grow here, it would be full of them. God, looks can be so stupid sometimes.
Have you ever planted anything before, Kaine?
Nope.
Well, then you don't know. You gotta try things out for yourself.
Indeed. Experimentation can often be the key to new knowledge.
You guys sure are a bunch of optimists.
We are optimists.
Just
All right, to the northern plains. All right, we'll probably also change this out to have the better drop rates. I think that'd be useful here. Come on, get up there. Alright, so before we go too far, let's edit our word list for weapons. This is XP. Okay. Gives us a little bit better drop rate for what we're about to go do.
They appear to be out.
Oh, well, that's sad. Which means there's no point to be here. Okay, never mind. We gotta go back. We're gonna have to progress the main story. Okay, we'll go back. We'll go to the temple. Looks like I have no choice in that. Whoa, bullet.
hello there.
Let's go to the Lost Shrine.
The Lost Shrine's up ahead, just past this cave.
Yes, well, let us.
Hansel. Gretel, what do you want? Go away, dirty, defective swine. I'm not like you. I'm different. Is Hansel different than Gretel? I think most of these fights won't be that difficult anymore. I am doing a significant amount of damage, so and I have a good amount of health. So I think probably the biggest thing is just gonna be getting there. Which probably means go back to the... Yeah, go back to the experience one. Let's double check. Okay, I haven't checked these for a little bit. I think I have the best ones. Oh. Armor break. What did I have on there before? Oh, hi. Yeah. Sure. Gretel, you again. Stop bothering me. Grimoire Wise has been taken away. Hansel is dead. There's no reason for me to exist anymore. My life is over. Just leave me alone. What?
Ain't you excited, sunshine? We finally get to bathe in blood.
Don't talk to me.
I want to kill so bad I can barely stand it.
So that's gonna be interesting. Yeah, I'm now woke. We're now hearing what she hears when she's fighting. Realistically, I can just go straight. I just gotta make sure I stay alive. I don't think there's a reason necessarily to sit and go check every room. I gotta redo these puzzles. Okay. That's fine. How do I do this? Okay. Here. And here. And here. And then there.
This is all too easy.
I know. I'm going as fast as I can. Alright, so first... Okay. Pull this one down. Let me move that to there. And then this one here. There we go. Alright, so this one here. Alright, then this one comes all the way down. Okay. This one goes all the way across. A, NieR. Then all the way down. Jump over. There we go. Turn back, turn back.
What's with these guys?
Certainly not your garden variety shades.
Their bodies aren't fully functional.
Say, I've heard of this. A cursed area where incomplete shades gather.
Oh, interesting. Incomplete shades. So basically, we're getting a lot of secondary comment right now. Alright, so move that one. Push that one. Now jump back over. Nice. Alright, so this one. Okay. Gotta push this here. And then. Reminds you of Ciri? Like from The Witcher? Alright, there we go. Hey! NieR. Yeah, The Witcher is probably one of the best RPGs ever made. No, that's probably the only Ciri I know. Well, you also have the Ciri that's on the phone. But I asked because, you know, I haven't played every game out there. There's always a possibility that the name Ciri is being used for something else. Oh, hello. Oh, goodbye. That'd be interesting to see, like, if Ciri was a name that's on in another game. It might be. I've treated you all poorly. I've mocked you, betrayed you, all because you went assault before the change was complete. But after all this, I think I can understand you. I think we can speak as equals. This makes me very happy. I hope we can spend the rest of our life. What was that? I'm coming for you. I am here. I'm here to kill you.
Kaine, Emil, look, from now on, I'm going to sleep outside with you.
Why?
I can't accept that you aren't allowed in the village. It's stupid.
So you're staging a protest? Fun.
Don't waste your time.
But it just feels wrong.
Well, that's really nice of you, but you still don't have to stay out here with us.
Emil.
You've got a super important mission. You can't sleep out in the rain. What if you catch a cold? Besides, I like camping with Kaine. Sometimes we sit around the fire and tell stories, or roast...
Emil, that's enough. I got a fucking image to maintain.
And I call NieR heartless. I don't think I've called him heartless. I just called him a potential serial killer. And can you say that he's not? I mean, he enjoys murder. Maybe just a tad too much. Okay, I hate this one. Oh, come on. Alright, let's see if there's anything up here. Nope, you can't spawn that one up to the west. Okay, that's fine. We
seem to be surrounded by a mob of helpless puppies.
Just kick him aside.
He wants to kick puppies. Same as me, hit that too much. Yeah, let's go neutralize. Neutralize, not neuter. Don't you touch them.
What's going on? There's dozens of them!
These are creatures of the darkness. Lure them to the light. Pathetic to the end, I see.
Aim for that statue. It's the leader.
Come on, get out in the light. Come on. I'd like to kill you.
Oh, you're funny. I'm gonna start crying.
Bam. Blocked it.
Have you felled the beast?
No, we have not. Those are my friends.
This is one stubborn son of a bitch.
Damn it, damn it, damn it!
Hey there, sunshine. You ain't feeling bad for the streak, are ya? Ain't no turning back now. You gotta lust for blood. Embrace the slaughter. All we know is the thrill of battle. Ain't that right, Kaine?
Oh, come on. Where is he? There we go. You killed her.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Kaine!
Goodbye, Gretel. That's a lot of blood.
Kaine! Are you alright? Kaine!
I fear there is little we can do for her.
No! Kaine!
What is happening?
It's all over for you, sunshine.
Kaine! Kaine!
Now we gotta fight Kaine.
It's Kaine's shade!
We've no other choice. We must strike it down.
Kaine! Come back!
Wow, that was a...
Oh dear.
Kaine! Kaine!
Kaine!
I couldn't hold it back. I can't be
And what is this, hmm?
Beats me. It's got some kind of writing on it, but I don't know what it says.
How remarkably useless of you. Well, let's go ask Popola.
Well, I will speedrun the dialogue as much as I can.
It's a cipher of some kind.
Can you determine its meaning?
I think this is here. I wrote down this fragment. Given that you found it in the law, there are spaces here. Sacrifice, the law, the memory tree, loyal serp, the law of rope, and the memory. But as for...
Not a problem. If we want to fill in the words, we just run around the...
Oh,
They're just shade.
It's a dangerous task.
Yeah, well, Jonas...
But how could...
Because she... The junk heap and the forest of myth.
Please be careful. Oh, and... The villagers know how much they've sacrificed. I'll hurry them along.
I'll try. Popola said we might be...
Perhaps we can find...
Okay. Before I get too far, because I need to plant all those seeds again. Alright, this time we're not going to put any fertilizer down. This will take me a couple minutes to do. It always does. But I have no fertilizer to do this time, so we're just gonna plant, water, go. Then, depending on how long it takes me to get through, okay. Blue, gold, gold. I might have to do the time skip trick. And move my system time forward 24 hours tomorrow. I think I also gotta buy a whole bunch more flower seeds for this. Yeah, probably. Okay. Let's go. Let's save. I wonder, is there a max level in this game? Or can you just keep on getting levels forever? I wonder. Alright. Nope, no new quest. Alright, let's go. Oh, I can just run there. I can live just as fast as running. Ah, come here, my boy. It is. Most of the music in this game is very, very relaxing. Almost to the point that it makes me want to take naps. Ugh. Alright, let's see what new things we get out of this story.
Damn! Where'd they go? Get him! Don't let him escape! I see something over there! Here! They're in here!
Oh, poor little Shade. Listen to his mama get brutally murdered. Golly.
Military defense robot, P-33. You are an intruder. You must be eliminated. Error. There is something leaking from your eyes. What is crying? Who is Mom? My creator is also dead. He perished hundreds of years ago. 874 years, 10 months, 14 days, 4 hours, and 43 minutes. 44 minutes. I am incapable of being lonely, or missing others, or crying. You will die. Why will they kill you? I will not permit the humans to kill Khalil. Military defense robot P-33 will protect you. P-33 is charged with defending others. P-33 will defend Khalil.
Call him BB.
Man, there's gotta be tons of machinery here.
Yeah, but I don't know how much we can actually use.
Oh, wow. Check this out. It looks brand new.
Hey, be careful, all right? This place is dangerous.
I'll be fine.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Huh?
Look out!
Huh?
And that's how the brother died.
Huh?
Hey, this was pretty graphic when we first watched it.
Jacob! Oh, God. This can't be happening. Jacob! Jacob! No!
He's sitting there like, I didn't do nothing.
The noise of the intruders caused the structure to fail. They should have proceeded with more caution. One intruder has perished.
The little shade thought we were supposed to be nice
The
people.
Junkeep. Perhaps we should speak to the brothers. They might know something about this.
Oh, hey there. It's been a while. You're the little one, aren't you?
How fares your
My brother's been dead for 4 years.
Oh.
It's okay. I need to ask, what is it? You heard any rumors about not the little ones? No, I haven't heard about anything like that. but I haven't really been listening. All I want is just rip. Never mind. Wait!
Yes?
I recently got. I thought. Don't we already have this weapon?
Shh. These things happen the second time around. This sword has seen better days.
Yeah, it's pretty beat up. I mean, there's potential, but it's fairly powerless right now. Can you I can repair any. If you'll fix it, I'll get the parts. I'm gonna need some only the real big enemies are. Also, here's the passcode to get. You got it. I'm gonna only the real big You got it. By the way, what can I help you?
Can I upgrade anything? I can do one of these. Spear of the Usurper. What else? Vile Axe. Fool's Embrace. Just Fool's Embrace. What else? Anything else? Dragoon Lance. Spear of the Usurper. Do one of these. Let's do that one. Lots of iron ore and broken lenses. Ooh, wait, he sells.
I'm gonna need only the real big. You got it. By the what can I help you with?
I want to buy some things. Oh, why is this so expensive? Let's buy like 50. Sure, we'll do that. Alright, I was looking for anything that's ridiculously high. Like, I don't want to go down there when I have like almost 100 or something. Anything under 50. Anything above 50 we're gonna sell. Seed. Okay.
Come back. I'm gonna need only the. By the. What can I help you with?
Rebirth. Spear of the Usurper.
Come back.
Alright, let's check out anything that's level 4. I like the one I have. Only level 2. That one does a lot more damage.
gonna need only the real big...
You guys.
By the way, what can I help you with?
You're gonna strengthen my weapons, okay? Anything in that realm there that we can do? Nope, nothing. Okay. Ooh, Kusanagi. Forlorn necklace. Okay, I have no idea where that is.
Come back.
Phoenix Dagger. Yeah, I still prefer that one. What does Kusanagi look like? Oh. Okay, I think that's gonna have to be it because I don't, going down in there I think is going to take me some time, longer than the 15 minutes or so that I want to spend here. So before I log out, I want to go see options, other. Let's go to the title menu. I think we got a costume when we ran through that first micro dungeon or whatever it was called. Oh, no. No exit. Options. Wardrobe. Kabuki? Don't know what Kabuki. We're going to set them all to Kabuki. What do you think Kabuki looks like? Okay, we gave everybody Kabuki. Okay. Not bad. That's not a bad outfit. Where did Emil go? Okay, there's Emil. He keeps on flying away. I can't get a good look at him. Oh, even his wand changed a little bit. Or staff, I should say. Trying to get a good look of her. There we go. I kind of like that outfit. I think I'll probably be keeping that on them for a little bit. Something different to look at. All right, let's save. Okay. Thank you for watching. I don't know if I'll stream tomorrow, but I'm hoping to be able to stream tomorrow, but we will see. I'm not promising anything. So thank you for watching tonight, and have a good night. Bye.